Thank you for attending my PowerPoint presentation about the most legendary anime hairstyle. The legendary hair. Alright everyone, let's be honest for a second. We've all watched an anime and realized that a character's hair isn't just hair. It is their entire personality, their power source, and sometimes a literal weapon. In the real world, a unique hairstyle means getting a few layers. In the anime universe, uniqueness means having a massive, spiky mane that requires 5 cans of industrial-grade hairspray and actively defies Sir Isaac Newton every single morning. But today, we aren't just talking about regular main character spikes. We are talking about the truly legendary elite tiers of hair design. We're talking about the tragic anime mom side ponytail that practically guarantees a tragic backstory, or the absolute peak of legendary secrecy. The cool hair that instantly turns a background character into a certified mysterious legend. If an anime character's eyes are completely blocked by their bangs, you already know things are about to get serious or incredibly weird. These hairstyles aren't just choices, they are cultural phenomena that have paved the way for generations of otakus. So, forget about your standard crew cuts and boring side parts. It's time to celebrate the bold, the bizarre, and the downright untamed. Let's take a look at the most legendary anime hairstyles of all time. The Yu-Gi-Oh hair. Alright, let's kick things off with the undisputed heavyweight champion of absolute hair madness, the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. If you thought anime hair was generally wild, Yu-Gi-Oh looked at physics, looked at God, and said, "Hold my dual disc." We are talking about a universe where hair isn't just styled, it is structurally engineered. Look at Yugi Muto. His head is a glorious, violent explosion of crimson spikes, jet black layers, and bright yellow lightning bolts framing his face. It doesn't look like hair, it looks like a rare, poisonous desert cactus that's about to challenge you to a card game. And the madness didn't stop with the OG series, it became a generational curse. Every single protagonist that followed had to outdo the last. We got Jaden with the two-toned Kuribo look, Yusei rocking a crab-like helmet of hair with golden streaks, and Yuma, whose hair looks like literal shark fins glued to his skull. It is a mathematical fact that the more complex and multicolored a character's hair is in this universe, the better they are at top-decking the exact card they need to save the world. If you walk into a tournament with a normal buzz cut, you are getting sent to the Shadow Realm in 3 turns, guaranteed. The most beautiful part of this madness, nobody in the actual show ever mentions it. Villains will threat to destroy the entire world, but they will completely ignore the fact that they are talking to a teenager with star-shaped, tricolored spikes that could easily poke an eye out. It is the ultimate display of dominance. So let's pay our respects to the franchise that turned haircare into a competitive sport. The tragic mom hair. Alright, we need to talk about the most dangerous, lethal weapon in all of anime. It's not a cursed sword, it's not a magical spell, and it's not a death note. No, ladies and gentlemen, it is the low, loose side ponytail draped gently over the shoulder. In any other medium, this is a cozy, casual hairstyle for a relaxing Sunday. But in anime, the moment a loving mother ties her hair like this, she has officially signed her own death warrant. It is the ultimate harbinger of doom. This hairstyle carries a 100% mortality rate. The second a protagonist's mom appears on screen with that gentle shoulder braid or low pony, you might as well start playing the sad violin music. It's the universal animator shorthand for, enjoy this wholesome flashback because this woman is not making it past episode 1. From Iren's mom in Attack on Titan to Elric's mom in Fullmetal Alchemist, the side ponytail is basically a beacon for tragedy, terminal illness, or sudden giant monster attacks. The funniest part is how it instantly activates the main character's entire plotline. That single hairstyle is responsible for 90% of all anime character development. Without it, our heroes would just be normal kids going to school instead of seeking bloody vengeance against the underworld. So if you ever find yourself reincarnated into an anime, and you decide to put your hair over your shoulder to do some cooking, don't. Change your hair, save your life. The loser hair. Now let's pivot from tragic moms to tragic love lives. Welcome to the brutal world of romance anime, where your romantic destiny isn't determined by your personality, your kindness, or how long you've liked the main character. No, it is determined solely by your genetic hair code. And if you are a childhood friend who sports a sensible, short haircut in a plain, normal color like brown or blue, I have terrible news for you. You have already lost. Your heart is about to be absolutely shattered, and it's entirely your hair's fault. This is the ultimate, undefeated law of harem and romance anime. You could be the sweetest person alive, cooking the protagonist bento boxes every single day, but the moment a mysterious girl with waist-length, glowing blonde hair transfers into the school, it is over. Game over. Long blonde hair is the ultimate cheat code in anime romance. It doesn't matter if she's a chaotic tsundere who literally kicks the protagonist into the ceiling on day 1. the laws of anime physics dictate that long and flashy always beats short and sensible. The short-haired childhood friends are the true warriors of anime, walking into a battlefield completely unarmed. They stand there with their cute, practical bobs just waiting for the inevitable rejection episode where they have to cry gracefully in the rain. It's a tragic cycle but a legendary trope nonetheless. So let's pour one out for the short, plain-haired heroes who never stood a chance. The anti-gravity hair. Next up, we need to talk about the characters defied the entire concept of gravity and said, "No thanks, that doesn't work for me." We are entering the realm of anti-gravity hair. This is the elite club of characters whose hair doesn't flow downward like normal human tissue. It launches itself toward the heavens like a rocket booster. We are talking about spikes so rigid and upright that they look like they were styled with concrete, industrial superglue, and pure willpower. Think about the legends like Goku from Dragon Ball or Gon in his adult form from Hunter x Hunter, whose hair literally shot up into the stratosphere like a terrifying black skyscraper. These characters can get punched through solid brick walls, blasted with energy beams, and tossed into deep oceans, and yet when the dust clears, not a single strand of hair has moved out of place. It is completely unsinkable. Their hair isn't just a style, it's a structural marvel that laughs in the face of wind resistance and aerodynamics. The best part is how this hair reacts to power-ups. In the anime universe, the angrier you get or the more your power level rises, the harder your hair defies gravity. It's like their scalp is a literal power meter. If a character's hair starts floating upward on its own, you don't stand there and admire the volume, you run for your life. So let's give it up for the characters who keep the hairspray industry in business. The no-eyes hair. Alright, buckle up because we have reached the absolute peak of if you know anime hair. We are talking about the infamous legendary no-eyes haircut. You all know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that specific slightly messy bowl cut or shaggy fringe that hangs just low enough to completely obscure the character's eyes. In any normal anime, a character with no eyes is just a background villager or a guy getting mugged in an alley. But in a certain late-night, culture-heavy genre of anime, this man is an absolute god. The moment this hairstyle walks onto the screen, a collective alarm goes off in the viewer's brain. You don't even need to see his face to know that something is deeply wrong, or, depending on how you look at it, completely right. This man doesn't need a name, he doesn't need a personality, and he definitely doesn't need eye contact. Armed with nothing but a hoodie and bangs that defy the need for peripheral vision, this legendary figure possesses a passive aura that allows him to effortlessly steal every single girl in a 5-mile radius. It is the ultimate power move of character design. The animators didn't even bother drawing his eyes because they knew his hair carried enough riz to carry the entire plot. He is the faceless phantom of romance, a silhouette of pure unfiltered confidence. So if you ever see a guy walking down the street in an anime and you can't see the top half of his face, lock your doors and hide your wafus, because he is unstoppable, legendary, unspoken power of the no-eyes hair. Conclusion. So what have we learned today? We've learned that in the glorious world of anime, your hair is your destiny. If you have tricolored spikes, you're saving the world with trading cards. If you tie a side ponytail, you need to update your life insurance. If you have short, sensible hair in a romance show, go ahead and buy some tissues because you're coming in second place. And if your bangs cover your eyes, well, we all know you're the most dangerous man alive. At the end of the day, anime hairstyles are so much more than just a creative choice by the animators. They are a warning system, a power scaling meter, and a cultural phenomenon all rolled into one. They defy the laws of physics, they laugh in the face of wind resistance, and they keep the fictional hair gel industry afloat single-handedly. Without these wild, chaotic, and completely unrealistic cuts, anime just wouldn't have the same magic. So the next time you look in the mirror and have a terrible hair day where nothing sits right, don't be sad. Just look at yourself and think, maybe I'm not messy, maybe I'm just preparing for my main character power-up. Thank you all for listening, watch out for the no-eyes guys, and remember to always respect the power of the anime hair.